All right, good evening. I'm going to do a test flight with, I'm going to record this on Sky Dolly, but also use SmartSky to try to do some ATC things. This is the flight plan I'm kind of planning on doing. Leaving Cobb County International, northbound departure. We'll just overfly Cherokee County. I'm going to plan on heading over to Athens for maybe some touch and goes, and then coming back, we'll come to Charlie Brown and see if we can get clearance through the Bravo airspace and see how that all works out. We will, depending on how things go, maybe we won't do all of this, but I figured we'd at least get some sort of flight plan going. So I am parked here at Cobb McCollum and going to start things up. See how it goes. I might add some commentary, but probably not too much. Getting the aircraft started, go ahead and start Sky Dolly here as well. And I got a screen to my left, so if you see me looking left, it's because I got everything going on over there. I'll probably pull in SmartSky though every so often so we can see what the UI is doing. Go ahead and pick up the weather. I think I already tuned this in, so it should pull up. I'm just going to use nav 1 for now. Normally I'd pull it up on nav 2, but that seems to be working pretty well, so I don't really need to test that too much more.
RO1. Visual approaches in use. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. VFR departures, contact clearance delivery on 121.0. Advise on initial contact, you have information, Juliet. Cobb County International Airport information, Juliet. Time 0250 Zulu. Wind 80 at 6. Visibility 10 plus miles. Sky conditions clear. Temperature 13.3 Celsius. Dew point 6.1. Altimeter tree 001. Visual approaches in use.
So a few things that I'm noticing on this. One,
is requested.
When we go over the altimeter,
read back all runway
it
and
says
hold
301
short
dot,
instructions.
which seems kind of
VFR
weird.
departures, contact clearance delivery.
Whenever I
on
read the wind speeds, it was
121.0.
kind of actually hard for me to hear.
Advise on initial contact, you
what
have
it was saying, so
information,
I'm going to hear that
Juliet.
again.
Cobb County International Airport information, Juliet. Time 0250 Zulu. Wind 80 at 6. Visibility 10 plus miles.
So
Sky
it doesn't
conditions
sound like
clear.
it's pronouncing wind
Temperature
properly.
13.3 Celsius.
I feel like I would expect it to say
2.6.1.
wind 080 at 6.
Altimeter tree
but,
001.
maybe this is
Visual
all right.
approaches in use.
Having the text definitely
Advise
helps,
on
but
course heading,
as we
altitude,
move
and
more
if
to
flight following is
just
requested.
audio, that was kind of hard
Read
for me
back
to
all
pick up.
runway and hold short instructions. VFR departures, contact clearance delivery on 121.0.
Also on this, it might be
initial
nice if it told me what
contact,
the
you
active
have
runway is. I
information,
know
Juliet.
sometimes it does that, but I'm not getting
Cobb
this
County
this one.
International Airport information, Juliet. Time 025.
All right, so go ahead and tune off there. We're still getting this HTML showing up in this pilot area. Sometimes that seems to correlate whenever this screen is blank. Obviously, we haven't started flying yet, so I'm not going to do anything about that yet. Go ahead and turn to ground on 119.0. I don't know why I scrolled all the way up through. I'm using a Logitech quadrant where it's got the COM1, COM2, all that stuff. So that's been helpful. Okay, so we're tuned to ground. Let's get a radio check. Cobb County ground, Bonanza 141 Delta Delta radio check. I've heard it before, even just doing a radio check, sometimes it asks if I have information, whatever, which I thought was kind of odd. I wouldn't expect that. So we're going to go ahead and start us up. Let's go ahead and kill the avionics before we do that. And get this started up. All clear. All right. Those avionics back online. Probably should have done a pre-start checklist. My gear handle was actually in the up position, which was not helpful. Alright, and we are pretty much ready to taxi, so let's go ahead and before I contact them, so tower is on 125.9, so I'm going to just get that queued in. So we're ready, and I plan to go to Athens Center on 121.0. We'll probably get flight following, so we'll see if that works. Let's go ahead and ask for clearance to taxi. Cobb County ground, Bonanza 141 Delta Delta, parked at the south ramp, ready to taxi for northbound departure VFR. Have information, Juliet. Seems a bit delayed. Let's go back and take a look.
Bonanza 141 Delta Delta taxi to runway 27 via taxiway Alpha, hold short of the run-up area. Advise when run-up is complete.
So that's kind of odd that it tells me to hold short at the run-up area. Normally, when I've flown out of here with other people, I haven't heard them say that. It's kind of just like clear to taxi runway 29 via Alpha, hold short runway 29 or 27, and then tell me to go to tower. But we'll go ahead and do this and see what it says. So going to runway 27 via Alpha. Let's go ahead. Cobb County ground, Bonanza 141 Delta Delta, taxiing to runway 27 via Alpha, will hold short of the run-up area and advise when complete. Alright, so it's a long taxi, but that's right. Let's go ahead and get going. I do wish my taxi lights were a bit brighter. Entering the movement area. And 27 is down over here. While we're doing this, I can go ahead and set up my autopilot. So we're heading about northeast, so that would be odd. So we'll say 5,500. Let's go ahead and get that set up. 5,500, and heading on runway 27. So I'll go ahead and get my heading bug set up for that. curve coming up. 273.9, so 274. Now, this is the ILS hold short line. I'm not really too familiar with these procedures. I don't think that's the run-up area. I think I can just sort of pull off to the side when I'm up here and do my run-up check over there. They didn't tell me to hold short of that line, so I'm assuming I'm cleared to go through. So we'll just kind of pull off to the side here between these lights and do a quick run up here. We're gonna have 2,000 RPM. All right, let's go to just a right magneto. Drop less than 100 RPM. Go back to both. Just go to left. Slight drop again. And we're kind of together, so that's good. And I know that this is a variable pitch prop, so I know that there's some stuff we do there, but I'm not too familiar with it, but seems to be responding. So, all right, let's go ahead and contact ground, let them know we're going with the run up, and I guess they'll hand us off the tower. Bonanza 141 Delta Delta, we are done with run up. We're ready to depart. Should have said Cobb County ground, but I didn't.
Bonanza 141 Delta Delta, contact Cobb County Tower on 125.9er when ready for departure.
Going to tower on 125.9er for Bonanza 141 Delta Delta, thank you. Not going to wait for a response, we'll go ahead and flip over. Let's go ahead and inch up a bit. You know what I didn't do? I was talking about my altimeter and never set it. I think it was tree 001. Let's go ahead and do altitude on for ADSB. Set my alt. All right, there we go. And it was 125.9er, so we're tuned in. Cobb County ground, Bonanza 141 Delta Delta, holding short of runway 27 for VFR departure to the north. Go ahead and notch the flaps.
Bonanza 141 Delta Delta, Cobb County Tower winds are 79er at 6 after takeoff. Enter left closed traffic for runway 27, then proceed on course. Cleared for takeoff, runway 27.
Okay, so that's an interesting call for me. Let's take a look at what it said. Okay, so we don't actually have what it said, but it said enter left closed traffic for runway 27, which, okay, I can see that. Enter left traffic for, and like stay in the pattern before departing to the north, so maybe over midfield. We can ask for clarification. That's one thing nice about this. Cobb County ground, Bonanza 141 Delta Delta. You said to stay in left closed traffic, but can I just make a right-hand departure out to the north? See what they say.
Bonanza 141 Delta Delta, after takeoff, enter right downwind departure for a straight out departure to the north. Report leaving the pattern.
Okay, So they probably want me to do the left close traffic. I get that, and then proceed on course. Maybe past the on my downwind, just hit past, or maybe midfield. I'm not sure. It's probably me needing to do some more research on that one. But we will go ahead and take off and enter a right downwind, and then head out. I'll probably just do a what's the top length? The crosswind. I could probably just do that. So. Cobb County ground bonanza 141 Delta Delta, clear for takeoff runway 27. Just forgot what runway. Okay. Landing, strobe lights, make sure full rich, park and brake off. Let's get out here. Turn at 1,700 feet. The pattern altitude is 2,000. So, do I stay at 2,000? Or do we keep climbing? I'm going to keep climbing. And we'll go ahead and leave the pattern here. Cobb County Tower Bonanza 141 Delta Delta, leaving the pattern for departure to the north. Now we do need to stay under the Bravo airspace, but the shelf over here is like 7,000 feet, so I think we're good.
Bonanza 141 Delta Delta, Cobb County Tower, departure to the north approved. Squawk 2522, report clear of the Delta airspace.
Okay. So I don't think I should need to report when I'm clear of the Delta airspace. They'll just clear me, and I don't know why they would give me a squawk code. I think I can squawk VFR. So let's argue with them a bit. Cobb County Cobb County Tower Bonanza 141 Delta Delta. Can I just squawk VFR on 1200?
Delta Delta squawk VFR on 1200. Report clear of the Delta airspace.
Okay, so
Bonanza 141 Delta Delta, you are leaving my airspace. Radar service is terminated. Frequency change approved.
Okay, so I guess I don't need to report clear of the airspace because they've just told me frequency change is approved. Let's go ahead and just throw on the autopilot. Make this a bit easier. Alright, there we go. So let's go ahead and tune in Athens Center on 121.0. Let's go ahead and make contact. Basically, we are how many miles north? About 5 miles north of the airfield. With our altitude where we're going. Athens Center, Bonanza 141 Delta Delta, 5 miles north of Kilo Romeo Yankee Yankee. That's Cobb County International. 5,100, climbing for 5,500. Request flight following.
Bonanza 141 Delta Delta, squawk 1455 and IDAP.
1455 will ident. So 1455 and going to ident. Now lately they have not been picking me up whenever I've hit ident, which is, I guess, a bug. And it might just be this aircraft, but it does say that I've idented down there in my transponder. I am on altitude reporting. You can confirm. I think over here it does show alt. It was 1455. Atlanta Center, Bonanza 141 Delta Delta. I'm squawking 1455 and idented. Do you have me on a radar contact? Normally you turn on your fuel pump, but it seems to work without it. I'm not getting anything from Atlanta Center. Atlanta Center, Bonanza 141 Delta Delta, do you copy?
Bonanza 141 Delta Delta, Atlanta approach, go ahead.
I think it should be Atlanta Center, and I don't think it should be that static gap here. Atlanta approach, Bonanza 141 Delta Delta, squawking 1455, and I would like flight following, please.
Atlanta approach radar contact 5 miles southeast of Moore at 5,500. Maintain VFR, proceed on course. Report any altitude changes.
Okay, so that's good. It sounded like a different voice, which was kind of weird, but I just need to report altitude changes. So we are approaching, what airport did we say that was going to go to? Cherokee County? Charlie November, India, and yeah, that's this airport over here. So we will go ahead and just adjust our heading, and we will start heading towards Athens. I think we said we're going to go to. They have a VOR, so we can probably pick up the VOR. I think. Yeah. So 116. So let's go ahead and dial that in. 6.0. It's not coming up. It's not coming. I don't think we're too far away, but it is possible. Well, let's just go ahead and start heading over that direction. Just head to the east for now. Could throw it in our GPS, which might not be a bad backup idea. Let's go ahead and do that. So, Alpha Hotel November. Let's go just direct. Kilo Alpha. This is the hotel. November. Just start heading a bit. So we're 60 miles away, so it might be too much to pick up on the VOR, but normally it'll get it. Let's try climbing to 7,500. Atlanta Center, Bonanza 141 Delta Delta at 5,500. Going to climb to 7,500. climb. I've gone.
Bonanza 141 Delta Delta, Atlanta Center climb to 7,500 approved. Report reaching altitude.
And we will climb at 120 knots. Look at us there. I like flying VORs, but it's not picking it up yet, so we'll see what happens. It'd be awesome if we could get some traffic and hear what these other people were actually doing, but I know that's way off in the future. There are some guys out there flying. Much over here. They're probably talking to Athens Center. A lot of this is commercial traffic in this area. So Atlanta Center, Bonanza 141 Delta Delta. I've reached 7,500.
Bonanza 141 Delta Delta, Atlanta approach Roger. Maintain 7,500. Proceed on course. Report any altitude changes.
Confirming this is 116. Oh no, it's not. That's channel 116. It's 116.905. That's why I'm not picking it up. Okay, 116.905. There's the VOR. Okay, that makes me feel better. Anyone watching this later, that was probably driving you nuts. Adjust my course. And let's go ahead and switch to nav mode and track that VOR inbound. All right. Hopefully this settles in. If not, we'll just go to heading mode. the meantime, let's get familiar with the Athens airport. So, we got the weather here, but we can also pick it up. What's the 132.875? So let's go ahead and tune that into nav2. So 132.875. See if we can pick that up from out here. Turn on COM 2.
Short instructions. VFR departures contact clearance delivery on 121.8. Advise on initial contact you have information Foxtrot. Athens Ben X Airport information Foxtrot. Time 03510. Wind calm visibility 10 plus miles. Sky conditions scattered clouds at 3400 feet. Broken clouds at 5500 feet, temperature 1.7 Celsius. Dew point 6.1. Altimeter tree 00 tree. Visual approaches in use. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. VFR departures contact clearance delivery on 121.8. Advise on initial contact you have information Foxtrot. Athens Ben X Airport information Foxtrot. Time 03510. Wind calm visibility 10 plus miles. Sky condition.
Alright, so we got clouds at 5,500. I think they're either scattered or broken, but we could probably navigate through them. Or we can drop to 3,300. Might not be a bad idea. I see them up there, so you can definitely get under them and be fine. Altimeter was tree 00 tree, so I went ahead and dialed that in. So if we're really flying VFR, we can consider dropping to 3,500. We'll be well under those clouds and not need to worry about them. So let's go ahead and call in and say we're going to start our descent to 3,500. Athens Center, Bonanza 141, Delta Delta. I got some clouds up ahead. I'm going to drop to 3,500. See what they say.
Bonanza 141 Delta Delta, maintain VFR at or above 3,500. Report any further altitude changes.
Alright, so we're good to go down. It's getting really staticky from them. I wonder if they're going to hand me off. Keep my power settings the same, and we'll just increase our indicated airspeed. We'll go up to 160 knots. It'll bring us down quite nicely, I think. I hope. Notice the tower frequency, 126.3, so we can get that queued up. There is this airport out here. I'm pretty sure that is this guy, Kilo Whiskey Delta Romeo. We should be reaching our altitude just past that airport, so thinking we'll be okay with these clouds. Normally, if I'm getting that low, I feel like you'd make call outs on CTAF for these airports Maybe if you fly directly overhead, so you're not really in a pattern, although you're kind of be lined up with the runway, but I'm not going to simulate like that for now. So if we look, we're going to hit 3,500 feet right here in the airport that we want. Pretty sure this is Athens right there, so we'll probably reduce power then we get down a little before that. What's the altitude of the field? Let's see. 812 feet, so pattern altitude 1,800 feet. See what approach that they give us. Once I get stabilized at around 3,500 feet, I'll probably cancel flight following. I do want about 10 miles before I need to switch over to the tower frequency, so this seems to be a good spot right here. I think this is probably about 10 miles, maybe 15. Guessing all these lights up here are Athens. You only have the airport lights inside. Oh, no, I think right over here. That's probably our airport going to the left. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's it. Looks like their major runway is pointing in this way. So, what's that? Let's take a look at the airport diagram. Assuming that's runway 27, that'd be a 27 heading. Yeah, probably. So maybe that's what they clear us for. Winds are calm, so see if we got any notes. This for example, 121.8. I feel like that's who they told me to contact if I was leaving there, but maybe that was just who to contact if I wanted clearance, not if I left there. Because that's the same as a ground frequency. It does say Atlanta approach up here is 132.475. So I'm assuming, if I'm still doing flight following, that I would get handed off to that frequency, but I haven't. But I don't know where the border to be handed off is. I could ask. Alright, so the plan is to contact Athens Center, let them know that we're going to cancel flight following. We'll switch to squawking VFR. Then we'll go ahead and contact, it's just Athens, yeah, just call it Athens. Athens Tower, and say that we want to touch and go. Atlanta Center, Bonanza 141 Delta Delta. At 3,500, we'd like to cancel flight following at this time.
Bonanza 141 Delta Delta Atlanta, approach flight following is canceled. Squawk VFR frequency change approved. Have a good day.
Alright, so we're squawking VFR. We're cleared for frequency change, so I will switch over to Athens Tower. And we are about 11 miles to the west, maybe 12 miles. Athens Tower, Bonanza 141 Delta Delta at 3,500, 12 miles to the west, inbound for a touch and go. I forgot I got my VOR DME up. It's 12.4.
Bonanza 141 Delta Delta Squawk 1652 and ident. Report midfield each time. Runway 23 left closed traffic approved.
So they're wanting me to squawk again, which I feel like is wrong. So we'll argue a bit. Athens Tower, Bonanza 141 Delta Delta. I'm on a VFR flight. Can I squawk 1200? They said runway 23, which does not exist.
Bonanza 141 Delta Delta Athens Tower Squawk 1652. Maintain VFR report. Any altitude changes. Advise you have information. Foxtrot.
Is that what they're saying? Runway 23 left, which does not exist at this airport. Athens Tower, Bonanza 141 Delta Delta. You cleared me for runway 23 left, but I don't see that in the airport diagram. Can you explain? Gotta drop altitude to outer altitude.
Bonanza 141 Delta Delta Athens Tower. Apologies for the confusion. Cleared to land runway 20. Wind 130 at 8. Verify you have information. Foxtrot.
Right, so we're landing 20. And I think Foxtrot's once I picked up. I probably should have wrote that down. So if we're heading for 20, let's go ahead and put our heading bug on that. Just give us a good visual reference. Cleared for touch and go for runway 20 for Bonanza 141 Delta Delta. I'm honestly going to pretend like they let me squawk VFR. I'm not going to deal with that right now. So if I'm going to do runway 20, just trying to visualize this in my head, I should probably be crossing over the airfield at pattern altitude plus 500. So I really need to be passing it at 2,300 feet. I'm actually pretty much lined up to cross it midfield, assuming the VOR is there, but we'll see. You can always take over manually. And I will do overfly 2 minutes, descend to pattern altitude, do a right 180, and then intercept left traffic pattern. So I'm just going to keep flying like this for now. Reverse just a little bit so we're actually flying more directly outbound. It's not going to like that this close. I'll just turn off autopilot. Wish they gave me the other runway. I mean, I guess I could have asked, but it's a bit more lit up than this one is. Go ahead and start this timer. Oh, alright, it's counting up from 2 minutes. Can I switch that to down fast? Say 3630. Yeah, 3650. This. Oh no, that timer's kind of down. Just task saturation at its finest. 100 feet high. Just reduce the power a bit. Minute 30, we're a bit late starting. Start turning in a bit. Go ahead and reduce power a bit. Start descending to pattern altitude, 1,800 feet. It's 145. Go ahead and start a right turn. Set over there. At the airport, 1,800 feet. Go ahead and extend the gear. Landing taxi lights on. Drop it too low. Let's add some power. Once we're on downwind, we'll go ahead and call them. They should know. I would think that they'd be talking to us, but we'll see. Put a notch of flaps. Athens Tower, Bonanza 141, Delta Delta's on downwind for runway 20. runway's there somewhere, but it's hard to see.
Bonanza 141 Delta Delta Athens Tower. You are clear to land runway 20, wind 91 at 16. Report on final. Advise you have information Foxtrot.
I guess I didn't report that I had Foxtrot. Let's listen in real fast again.
Meter tree 00 tree dot visual approaches in use. Advise on course heading altitude and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. VFR departures contact clearance delivery on 121.8. Advise on initial contact you have information Foxtrot. Athens Van Epps Airport information Foxtrot. Time 0 tree 51 Zulu. Wind calm visibility 10 plus miles. Sky conditions scattered clouds at tree 400 feet. Broken clouds at 5500 feet temperature 1.7.
Athens Center, Bonanza 141 Delta Delta on final for runway 20. That was bad. Cruise power, turn up a bit.
Bonanza 141 Delta Delta, this is Athens Tower. Clear to land runway 20, wind 087 at Niner. Report on final. Information Foxtrot is current.
Athens Center, Bonanza 141 Delta Delta on final for runway 20 with information Foxtrot requesting a touch and go. They keep saying clear to land, but I haven't told them to have Foxtrot, so that's my fault.
Bonanza 141 Delta Delta, this is Athens Tower. Information Foxtrot is current. Cleared for touch and go on runway 20. Report midfield each time. Left closed traffic approved. Winds are 91 at 6.
Double check, lights on, make sure full rich, prop full, gear down, flaps full. Athens Tower, Bonanza 141 Delta Delta, midfield downwind for runway 20. Really dropping. Let's add some power.
Bonanza 141 Delta Delta, Athens Tower, wind 82 at 12, cleared to land runway 20. Report on final.
So I'll report on final, and this time I'm going to actually depart to the south. I'll let them know when I'm on final. But it still says cleared to land, not cleared for the option or anything, so I felt like they would know. Extend out a bit. Alright, let's go ahead and start turning. There's our base. And just roll into final. Athens Tower, Bonanza 141 Delta Delta on final for a touch and go runway 20. Would like to depart to the south. Overshot again. Let's go ahead and add full flaps. Need to practice my pattern work.
Bonanza 141 Delta Delta, Athens Tower, runway 20, cleared for touch and go. After departure, enter left downwind departure to the south. Report midfield each time. Winds 85 at 10. Information Foxtrot is current.
So I shouldn't need to report midfield if I'm saying that I'm departing to the south. And a south departure would really be straight out. So let's talk to them. Athens Tower, Bonanza 141 Delta Delta. Can I get a straight out departure for runway 20 to the south after my touch and go? Flaps full, gear down, mixture full ridge, prop full. Oh, lights on.
Bonanza 141 Delta Delta, Athens Tower, after touch and go, make straight out departure to the south. Report leaving the pattern.
Go. Alright. That's better. Flaps up. Bring in the power. Positive rate. Gear up. Let's maintain runway heading. Turn those lights off. They're not on anyways. Throw on my nose gear. We'll just continue to climb up through pattern altitude. Plan on hitting 4,500. Those clouds were at 5,500, so that'd be a good altitude. Since we're going to turn to the west. Athens Tower, Bonanza 141 Delta Delta, leaving the pattern. Flaps up. Should have done that earlier.
Bonanza 141 Delta Delta, Athens Tower, roger. Squawk 1652 and frequency change to departure on 132.475. Report clear of the Delta airspace.
So I really just want to squawk VFR. They keep wanting me to squawk other codes. Athens Tower, Bonanza 141 Delta Delta. I'm going to continue to squawk VFR since I'm just on a VFR flight and I'm not in controlled airspace other than Delta. Shouldn't need to squawk squawk there. Thank you.
Bonanza 141 Delta Delta Athens Tower. Squawk VFR is approved. Remain clear of the Class Delta airspace until advised. Report when you have information, Foxtrot.
I don't need Foxtrot since I'm not going in. I was in the Delta, so I don't need to stay clear. But let's see what happens. That's one part that still kind of breaks the immersive experience. Right, now we're going where? Yes. Charlie Brown. Fulton County. So if I stay at 4,500, I would actually be clear of the airspace if I came in here. So let's, I think we're clear of these clouds. Yeah, I don't see any. So we're actually going to climb to 6,500. That way we can get clear to the Bravo and see how that goes. Let's go ahead and start leaning things out. Keep climbing. Should be good. Now here says Athens Center, yeah, approach, departure, all that is on 121.0. But where we were was 132.475. So I'm gonna go to 132.475. See if we can at least get flight following, and then we'll get the clearance. In the meantime, let's change our heading. Let's just start heading west. And what did we say that was? 132.2, no, 475. 132.475. And we'll just call Atlanta approach, maybe. I'm never really sure who to call other than Ghostbusters. Let's go ahead and get up to altitude, make it easier. Atlanta approach, Bonanza 141 Delta Delta, 10 miles south of Athens. 6,500, press flight following.
Bonanza 141 Delta Delta Squawk 1652 and ident.
165. Atlanta approach, Bonanza 141 Delta Delta, squawking 1652 and ident. Ident. And they probably won't pick me up. I don't know why.
Bonanza 141 Delta Delta Athens approach radar contact. Advise you have information, Foxtrot. Maintain VFR, proceed on course.
Don't need Foxtrot. Atlanta approach, Bonanza 141 Delta Delta. I'm just flying and don't need information, Foxtrot.
Bonanza 141 Delta Delta Atlanta approach roger. Just be advised that information Foxtrot is current for Athens Van Eps. Maintain VFR advised if you need flight following or any other assistance.
So that was interesting because I'm under flight following. That also sounded like a different voice than before. So I'm not sure what's causing them to switch. But, alright, so we're going to be inbound for this Fulton County. Here's a few of ours to the north of Dobbins. Probably just throw it in the GPS. So let's do that. Direct to, is that FTY? chart. Normally there's, I'm looking for a box that looks like, where is one? Or maybe I'll just do terminal area chart. That should have it. Okay, so I'm coming for this side, VFR request. So this says Atlanta approach on 126.975. I'm on a different frequency. Moves it down over here. VFR requesting traffic advisories or transition class Bravo. Contact line approach on 128.575. Again, I'm already contacting the line approach, but just need to make sure that I want to contact them over here. That way I get clearance to the Bravo. So, does it say? Yeah, I'm not seeing the frequency that I'm on, but I am talking to Atlanta, so it should be fine. So, kind of where these deltas are combining, I want to contact. I'll give it a bit more. Man, I feel like I'm kind of in the clouds, which isn't great, but I can still see. The main thing is that I want to test the Class Bravo airspace transition, and not so much the VFR rules. I forgot that's why I picked 4,500. Outside at temperature, it's above freezing, so we're not worried about icing or anything. Fulton County Executive, that's where we're going, so. Contact them pretty soon, let them know that I want to transition to Class Bravo. Have fun and punch up to 8,500. That's definitely in the airspace. Let's give that a shot. Power, altitude. That's really punch up at VY. Could do VX. But what's VY? 100? 90 knots? I don't remember. Now this time they didn't tell me to advise on what's 100. Advise on altitude changes, so I'm just gonna go. Maybe they did, maybe I missed it. I don't see it. So I'm going to enter right smack in the middle of this altitude band. Let's go ahead and contact them. Athens Center, Bonanza 141 Delta Delta at 8,400, climbing to 8,500. We'd like to transition the Bravo airspace before descending to land at Fulton County Executive.
Delta, contact Atlanta approach on 126.975.
Alright, so that was weird. Let's start with changing. 126975. Going to 126975 for Athens 141 Delta Delta. 126975. Atlanta Center, Bonanza 141 Delta Delta, 8,500.
Bonanza 141 Delta Delta, frequency change approved. Good day.
What was that about? Okay, that's good. Okay, I'm confused. But it didn't even get that one yet.
Bonanza 141 Delta Delta, this is Monroe approach, negative radar contact. Verify squawking 4544, and your transponder is set to mode C Monroe altimeter tree 00 tree.
Alright, so they want the new squawk code. Let's do, getting close to that Bravo airspace, let's do it.
Bonanza 141 Delta Delta, you are cleared into the Atlanta Bravo airspace. Maintain appropriate VFR altitudes. Own navigation.
Okay, so I think I'm talking to two different controllers somehow. Let's let it rest. Let's do a 360. Stay out of the Bravo. They both say Atlanta approach. One says Monroe approach. One has me squawking 4544. The other seems to like the one that I have, but the 1652. Let's see what happens if I do a radio check. Atlanta approach, Bonanza 141 Delta Delta radio check. Let's ask him for the Bravo clearance. Atlanta approach, Bonanza 141 Delta Delta. Would like to transition the Bravo airspace.
Bonanza 141 Delta Delta Atlanta approach. Continue present course and altitude. You will be cleared into the Bravo airspace automatically as you get closer. Advise if you need to deviate from course or altitude. Current information Golf is current.
So that's weird. I would not expect it to be cleared automatically into the Bravo as I approach, especially as I'm going away. But let's take their word for it and see what happens. Back. I was hoping up here I'd be more clear of these clouds, but it doesn't really seem like I am. I stay clear of that.
Bonanza 141 Delta Delta, you are cleared into the Atlanta Bravo airspace. Maintain appropriate VFR altitudes. Own navigation.
Okay. Cleared into the Bravo for Bonanza 141 Delta Delta. Thank you. enter in this, I guess I won't pass into this band. This is 3,000. I mean, I'll be low enough by then. Altitude here is 841, so again, just like at Athens, to 18,000 or 1,800 feet. Now I'm assuming.
Bonanza 141 Delta Delta, you are cleared into the Atlanta Bravo airspace. Maintain appropriate VFR altitudes. Own navigation.
Okay, well I got double cleared. Guess I should acknowledge. Cleared into the Bravo for Bonanza 141 Delta Delta, thanks. If I'm still in Bravo airspace, but I want to contact the tower, I don't know how that'll work, so I'll just ask, and we'll see what it says. Athens Center, Bonanza 141 Delta Delta, entering the Bravo, but have a question. I'm going to be heading to Fulton County Executive. Do I need to be clear to the Bravo before I transition over to their tower frequency, or how does that work? That's the nice thing about this, is you could just ask questions. Down at pattern altitude. So we said that was 1,800 feet. Go ahead and let them know. Atlanta Center, Bonanza 141 Delta Delta. I'm going to go ahead and start my descent down to 1,800 to prepare for pattern altitude for Fulton County. My guess is they will clear me of the Bravo, and then they'll tell me frequency change approved, squawk VFR, I'll switch over to tower. We should pull up the tower frequency, we should at least listen to the weather. We've got stuff to do. So 120.175, let's pull that up on COM 2. 120.175, just listen in.
Temperature 13.3 Celsius. Dew point 6.7. Altimeter 3000. Visual
Altimeter
approaches
3000,
in use.
that's a new one.
Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. Contact ground on 121.7 for taxi. Advise on initial contact, you have information popper.
Information Papa is current.
Fulton County Airport information popper. Time 045 Zulu. Wind calm, visibility 10 plus miles. Sky conditions clear. Temperature 13.3 Celsius. Dew point 6.7. Altimeter 3000. Visual approaches in use. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions.
Alright, we got Papa. When do we drop out of Bravo? I'm at like here, so either at 5,000 or 3,500. I'm about to pass 5,000. Yeah, I'm in the 5,000, so well, no, I'm like right on the line. Like right on this line right here. Or yeah. Yeah, I'm like right there.
Bonanza 141 Delta Delta, you are leaving my airspace. Radar services terminated. Squawk VFR. Frequency change approved.
I'm kind of leaving the airspace, but I am kind of going in over here. If I was just left a little bit, I would still be in the class Bravo right there. So maybe we need to do some projections about where I'll be. It's right on the line, so. But they cleared me, so let's go to Tower. Tower's on 118.45. And what, I'm 12 miles away. GPS is, oh, that's Athens. It's right up here. I don't need that. I'm tired. It's late night. Alright, so Fulton County Tower, right? 118.45, alright. Fulton County Tower, Bonanza 141 Delta Delta, 3,600 inbound to land with information Papa. I am 10 miles east of the airfield. But there's Atlanta right there. Really 3,600, but
Bonanza 141 Delta Delta, squawk 6434 and ident.
I don't want to squawk 64. Fulton County Tower, Bonanza 141 Delta Delta. I am flying VFR. I don't want to squawk anything, just 1200, which I should set to VFR. There we go. That was kind of rude, so we'll see what they say about that. Fulton County Tower, Bonanza 141 Delta Delta, 5 miles east, 2,300 descending to pattern altitude, squawking VFR inbound to land. Be nice if I could make straight in runway. What is that, 24? It's over there. 26.
Bonanza 141 Delta Delta, this is Fulton County Tower. Cleared into the class Delta airspace. Make straight in for runway 25. Wind 046 at 5. Altimeter tree 000. Descend at your discretion. Information Papa is current.
Alright, let's gear out. Any lights on, flaps there. Let's turn off autopilot. Fulton County Tower, Bonanza 141 Delta Delta. And assuming that you mean runway 26, going to make straight in for runway 26 full stop landing. More flaps. Gear down. Full stake. Oh, that's off.
Bonanza 141 Delta Delta, Fulton County Tower. Verify you have information, Papa. Make straight in for runway 26, report 3 mile final. Altimeter tree 000.
About a 3 mile final. Fulton County Tower, Bonanza 141 Delta Delta, 3 mile final with information, Papa.
500. 500. 500.
Bonanza 141 Delta Delta, Fulton County Tower. Make straight in runway 27. Wind 47 at 5. Clear to land runway 27. Report on the ground for taxi instructions. Information Papa is current.
Fulton County Tower, Bonanza 141 Delta Delta, get your runway straight, coming in for 26. 27 does not exist. Mid highs. And I need to trim up power.
Bonanza 141 Delta Delta, this is Fulton County Tower. Runway 26 is in use. Enter right downwind for runway 26. Report midfield downwind. You have information, Papa.
I'm just gonna land. On 26, still high. No. Let's kill the power. Nose up. There we go.
Bonanza 141 Delta Delta, contact Atlanta ground on 121.7.
Going to ground on 121.7. I should turn here. 121. 7. Switch over. Just got clear. Just hold short line up here. Alright. Turn off landing strobe. Fulton County ground, Bonanza 141 Delta Delta, clear of runway 26. Let's see if they tell me where to go. So I'm what, on Juliet?
Bonanza 141 Delta Delta, be advised nobody is listening on this frequency near your position.
What did they tell me to go to? Ground 121.7? Oh, I went to 122.7. There we go. Fulton County ground, Bonanza 141 Delta Delta, clear of runway 27, taxi to parking. From counting ground, but has one. That's interesting.
Bonanza 141 Delta Delta, roger, taxi to parking via taxiway Alpha Monitor ground point 7 when off. Atlanta altimeter is 3000.
So I'm taxiing to ground. I don't know why they give me altimeter. They want my taxi via Alpha. If we look at the taxiway diagram, Alpha is way over here. So I guess we just don't have taxiway information. I'm gonna just go Juliet and loop around here to transient parking. Let me ask if I can do that. Fulton County ground, Bonanza 141 Delta Delta. I'm on Juliet. Can I just take Juliet to India, back to Juliet, and go to transient parking? And I'm going to assume he said yes. So I would be turning left here.
Bonanza 141 Delta Delta, Fulton County ground taxi to transient parking via Juliet, India, back to Juliet.
Nice. Julia, India, back to Juliet, to transient from Bonanza 141 Delta Delta. So there should be a little exit over here.
Bonanza 141 Delta Delta, taxi to transient via taxiway Juliet, advised when clear of the runway. And be advised information Papa is current.
Well, I've been clear of the runway. There's some gas. I'm going over here to parking. Fulton County ground, Bonanza 141 Delta Delta, clear of the taxiway. Thank you for all your help. Have a good evening. I'll just leave it here. Let's go ahead and start killing the engine.
Bonanza 141 Delta Delta, no reply.
No reply. All right. Well, we made it. Good flight. I'm going to upload this. Hopefully this is helpful. It's been fun flying. Have a great evening.